Hello students, welcome to the class. Students, in the previous class we discussed about the one of the cell organelle, that is endoplasmic reticulum. So in the previous class we learnt about the endoplasmic structure, function and differences between the types of endoplasmic reticulum. So in this class we will going to study about other two cell organelles, that are ribosomes and Golgi apparatus. So in this class we will going to study about the ribosomes and Golgi apparatus. So let us study the first one, that is ribosomes. The ribosomes, these are the cell organelles. So these are one of the cell organelle. They were first observed by the scientist called Romanian cell biologist called George Palade. So the ribosomes were first observed by the cell biologist George Palade, and the term ribosomes was proposed by the scientist Richard B. Roberts in the year 1958. The term ribosome was given by, so the term ribosome was given by Richard B. Roberts in the year 1958. Then the ribosome, it is a small, dense, functional structure found in all the cells. So the ribosomes found in all the cells, either it is animal cell, plant cell and any cells. They found in all the cells. They are small, dense, the functional structure. And the ribosome, it is about 20 nanometer in diameter. So it is about 20 nanometer in diameter. It composed of 65% of rRNA, that is ribosomal RNA. So it composed of 65% of ribosomal RNA and 35% of the proteins. So the ribosomes consist of two subunits that fit and work during the protein synthesis. Here the ribosomes was first observed by the Romanian cell biologist called George Palade, and the term ribosome was proposed by the scientist Richard B. Roberts in the year 1958. And it is a small, dense, functional structure found in all the cells. And it contains 65% of rRNA and 35% of ribosomes proteins, and it's about 20 nanometer in diameter. Then the ribosomes consist of two subunits that fit and work during protein synthesis. So ribosomes are found in both prokaryotes and eukaryotes. They are found in both prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. Then there are two pieces or subunits in every ribosomes. I already told that the ribosomes have two subunits, or it called two pieces in every ribosome. It has been identified that 60S and 40S subunits are present in eukaryotes. Then 50S and 30 subunits are present in prokaryotes. That means in the eukaryotic cell, the ribosomes has two subunits, that is 60S and 40S. Whereas in prokaryotic cell, there are 50S and 30S. Here in the eukaryotic cell, the 60S is the large subunit and the 40S is the small subunit. Whereas in prokaryotic, the 50S is the large subunit and the 30S is the small subunit. Then Generally, the ribosomes are suspended in the cytoplasm. That means the ribosomes are freely present in the cytoplasm of the cell. And the main function of ribosome is that it plays an important part in protein synthesis. That is, the ribosomes which are helps in the synthesis of protein. The main function of ribosome is that the synthesis of proteins. So here you can observe the two subunits of the ribosomes. So one is the 50S subunit and another one is the 30S subunit. That is, these are the subunits of the ribosomes of the cell prokaryotes. In the prokaryotic cell, the 50S and 30S subunits are present. So this is about the ribosomes. Then let us move into the next one, that is Golgi apparatus. So the next cell organelle is that Golgi apparatus. It is also known as Golgi bodies or Golgi complex, or it called as dictyosomes. Golgi bodies are also called as Golgi complex, Golgi apparatus and dictyosomes. So the Golgi apparatus are identified by Italian physician called Camillo Golgi. Hence the apparatus are named as Golgi complex, or it is a Golgi bodies. It form a part of the cellular endomembrane system. So that means endomembrane means inside the cell. Endo means inside the membrane system. That means endomembrane means inside the cytoplasm. They form a part of cellular endomembrane system. Here you can observe the word endomembrane means inside the membrane. That is, inside the cell membrane, the cytoplasm is present. So they are the part of the cytoplasm region. Then it is a complex protoplasmic structure with flat intercommunicating cisternae, a network of tubules with vesicles and vacuoles. That means they are complex structure with flat intercommunicating cisternae. Inter means it inside communicating with cisternae structure. So they are connected with cisternae structure inside the cell. A network of tubules with vesicles and vacuoles. So they have network of tubules, vesicles and vacuoles. So they are made up of cisternae, tubules, vesicles and vacuoles. They are intercommunicating with cisternae, tubules, vesicles and vacuoles. In animal cell, it is either single or consists of a single connected complex. Whereas in plant cell, it consists of number of unconnected units called dictyosomes. So in the animal cells, they connected with complex structures. Whereas in plant cell, it consists of number of unconnected units called dictyosomes. They are not connected with any units or any structures are called dictyosomes. So in the plant cells, the Golgi apparatus are called as dictyosomes. Then the Golgi apparatus has 60 to 65% of protein and 35 to 40% of lipids. So the Golgi apparatus has 60 to 65% of proteins and 35 to 40% of lipids. And it occurs in all the cells except bacteria, cyanobacteria of prokaryotes and spermatocytes of bryophytes, pteridophytes and mammalian RBC of eukaryotes. They present in all the cells except in bacteria, and cyanobacteria of prokaryotes, spermatocytes of bryophytes, pteridophytes, and mammalian RBC of eukaryotes. Then the Golgi apparatus are morphologically it is similar in both plant and animal cell. That means they look like shape in both plant and animal cell. But however its shape and form may vary depending on the cell type. That means they are similar in both plant and animal cell. The shape and form of Golgi apparatus is depend on the cell type. So this is about the introduction of Golgi apparatus. Then let us move into the next one, that is components of Golgi apparatus. The components of Golgi apparatus are called Golgi bodies. It consists of 4 components that are cisternae, tubules, vesicles and vacuoles. Here the Golgi apparatus consists of 4 components that are cisternae, tubules, vesicles and vacuoles. Then the first component is that the cisternae. The cisternae, it consists of stalk of 4 to 8 membrane bound sac like structure. The cisternae means there are 4 to 8 layers of membrane bound sac like structure. Then it is held parallel and lies one above the other. So they are held parallelly and lies one above the other. The cisternae are curved like shallow bowls showing one face as convex and other face as concave. So here the cisternae is 4 to 8 membrane bound sac like structure and they are held parallel and lies one above the other. And the cisternae are curved like shallow bowls showing one face as convex and other face as concave. And the convex side is called cis-forming or proximal face and that lies towards the cell membrane. So here the convex side of the Golgi apparatus is called cis-forming or proximal face and that lies towards the cell membrane, whereas the concave side is called trans or maturing or distal face. It lies towards the nucleus. So here the concave side is called trans phase or maturing phase or distal phase that lies towards the nucleus, whereas the convex side is called cis phase or proximal phase that lies towards the cell membrane. And the cisternae are filled with a lumen-like substance called cisternal lumen. So the cisternae are filled with the substance called lumen and it is called as cisternal lumen. Here the forming phase or the convex side phase called proximal phase, the proximal phase receives the secretory materials or the secretory products from the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So here the convex side is called cis-forming phase. It receives the secretory products from the endoplasmic reticulum, that is smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So the cistern is filled with the substance called a cisternal lumen. Then let us move into the next one, that is vesicles. The vesicles. These vesicles are small sacs found attached at the end of the tubules. So they are small sacs found attached to the end of the tubules. At the end of the tubules they are found. And there are 2 types. One is coated vesicle and another one is smooth vesicle. The vesicles are two types. One is coated vesicle and another one is smooth vesicles. And the smooth vesicles have smooth surface containing a secretory substances, and they are called as secretory vesicles. Here the smooth vesicles have smooth surface containing secretory substances, hence they are called as secretory vesicles. And here the coated vesicles have rough surface and it carries the materials to form the cisternae vacuoles. Here the coated vesicles have rough surface. It carries a materials from the cisternae Golgian vacuoles. So the coated vesicles have a rough surface. It carries the materials from the cisternae Golgian vacuoles. Whereas the smooth vesicles have the smooth surface containing a secretory substances. Hence they are called as secretory vesicles. Then the next one is the Golgi apparatus contains vacuoles. The vacuoles are formed from the concave face of the Golgi bodies. That means the Golgi apparatus contains vacuoles. The vacuoles are formed from the concave phase, or it called maturing phase or trans phase. So they are formed from the concave phase of the Golgi bodies. It has a glandular substances containing a hydrolyzing enzymes act as a lysosomes. So, the vacuoles contain an hydrolyzing enzymes act as a lysosomes. So, this is about the vesicles and vacuoles. Then, let us move into the next one, that is functions of Golgi apparatus. So, from this picture you can observe, so these are the concave side of the Golgi apparatus. So, this is a concave side and it is a convex side, it called as forming phase, and the concave side is also called as maturing phase or trans phase. Then these are the secretory vesicles. So these are the cisternae and these are the vesicles. So here you can observe the secretory vesicle means the smooth vesicle, and these are the vesicles. The cisternae are, so you can observe here there are 4 to 8 membrane sac like structures held parallelly. So they are held parallelly and they have convex side face that are faced towards the cell membrane, whereas the concave side is lies towards the nucleus. So this is about the structure of the Golgi apparatus. The picture representing the structure of the Golgi apparatus. Then the functions of Golgi apparatus are: it helps to form a glycoproteins by combining proteins with carbohydrates. This process is called as glycosylation. So, the first function of the Golgi apparatus is that it helps to form a glycoproteins by combining proteins with carbohydrates. And this process is called as glycosylation. So the process of formation of glycoproteins is called as glycosylation. Then the major function of Golgi bodies is a secretion. They involved in the secretion of sweat, tears, mucus, digestive secretions, saliva, slime and wax, etc. So the major function of Golgi bodies is secretion. The secretory products includes sweat, tears, mucus, digestive enzymes or the digestive juices, saliva, slime, wax, etc. And it helps in transport of lipids. The Golgi apparatus helps in transportation of lipids. And the Golgi apparatus helps in the production of lysosome. So the lysosomes are the one of the cell organelle. So they are helps in production of lysosome. Then it helps to form a matrix. So they are helps to form a matrix substances. Then it helps to form a lipoproteins by combining lipid and proteins. This process is called as liposylation. So they helps in formation of lipoproteins by combining lipid and proteins. Then it helps in the production of hormones and it functions include the storage, modification and package of products in the vesicles. So they are helps in storage of the secretory products and modification and packaging of the products in vesicles. So these are all the functions of Golgi apparatus. Students, in this class we learned about the ribosomes and Golgi apparatus. So we learned the functions of Golgi apparatus and the structure of the Golgi apparatus. I hope all of you understood this class. Students, for today's assignment, make a points of today's class and submit within the time. So thank you all students.